Hey, what's good everyone? It's Yash. I hope you're all having a great day. So as you already know from the title, I tried to recreate Daniel Schiffer's soda commercial video that he posted about 6 months ago. And for the people who don't know who Daniel Schiffer is, he's a filmmaker slash YouTuber from Toronto. And he's also probably one of the best when it comes to creating product videos. So he made this soda commercial video quite a while ago. And since I first saw it, I really wanted to recreate that. So that's what I did. I tried to recreate that video using this Monster Energy drink right here, and it's not sponsored by Monster Energy, obviously. So here's the video that I made. I hope you guys like it, and I think it turned out okay, but here's the video. Now for the rest of this video, don't have much to talk about as I'm not gonna go over the entire process of how I made that video, because in Daniel's video he went through the entire process of how he made his, and mine's not that much different than his. So if you want to know how to make this kind of commercial video, then check out Daniel's video. It's gonna be linked in the description down below. So instead of going over the entire process, I'm gonna go over some of the things that I did differently than Daniel's video and a bit more stuff related to that. So the first thing and the biggest thing that was different than Daniel's video was the product itself, as in his video he used a beverage that is not available. I don't think it's available in India anywhere actually. So I had to go with something other than that, and there were a lot of options, but I went with this white monster drink because honestly speaking, this probably has the best looking overall can. Now in Daniel's video, the product that he used had an orange flavoring, so he used oranges throughout his video to give his product a bit more accent and more flavoring to it. But I don't know what flavoring this monster drink is. I tried really hard to find it on the internet and ask people around, but for some people it tasted like toffee and candy, and for some people it tasted like cough syrup. So I didn't have a specific flavoring to use in the video to give the product more accent. So instead of that, I had to use something else, and only the other things that are on this can besides the white coloring are these floral patterns that is around the whole can, but I couldn't find the exact pattern on the internet as a PNG or anything like that, so I could animate it or use it somewhere in the video. And I'm not that good at drawing to make it myself, so I had to use the other thing that was left for me to use as an accent, and that was to use this cyan color that is accented around the can itself. So beside the product change, the other things that were different is the fact that in Daniel's video he used actual orange slices to accentuate the orange flavor of the product, but I didn't have that option to go for. So instead I had to come up with something different for the shots that were in his video, which showed orange slices or focused on orange stuff. So the first shot that was different than Daniel's video was the one in which he drops orange slices in water. So instead of orange slices, I went for ice cubes because I couldn't find anything else. I really wanted to use blue colored ice cubes for that shot, but I couldn't in the end, because whenever I tried to make cyan colored ice cubes, the color would just sit down at the bottom, and that would give me just a normal white ice cube with a bit of blue at the bottom, and that looked really weird. So instead of that, I just used plain old white ice cubes. So the next shot than that was in Daniel's video was a close-up of the orange slices. Instead of that, I used this text at the back of the can which says "Unleash the Beast" in cyan. So I highlighted that, and around that I used some acrylic ink in a fish tank to get that ink flowing look, and it looks really good. I really like that shot. And the rest of a couple of shots were similar to Daniel's video, like the whole can in the middle of cyan colored ink clouds, to dropping the can in the fish tank, and the twin cans spinning at the edges. So the next thing that I did differently is in Daniel's video he used 3 orange slices and put them in between 2 sheets of glass and just pressed on it to get that squeezed lemon look. So instead of that, I took 3 ice cubes and melted it on camera, and then in post I speeded up the process and just reverse the whole clip, and that resulted in the look of ice cubes forming up instead of melting down. Now the later couple of shots were similar to Daniel's video, like pouring the drink in the glass and the close-up of the fizz of the drink. But in the shot with the fizz, whenever I tried to get that fizz on camera. It was not coming up as I wanted it. Firstly, because the drink just did not produce that much fizz. And secondly, as the drink was white, it made it even more difficult to get it on camera. So what I did is I found out on internet that if you put some salt in a carbonated drink, it will react with the drink and bring out all the carbonation there is. So I tried it out and it worked out really well. And that produced a whole lot of fizz on top of the drink, and that gave off a really good look. So that's a great trick if you're trying to get the carbonation of a soda drink. Just put some salt on it and there you go. You get an amazing fizz up shot. So for the next shot, I had to do something different because in Daniel's video, he again used some orange slices and dropped them in water. Now for this shot, I also wanted to drop something in water as to create more similarity between the two videos. But the other thing that I could think of to drop in water besides the can itself were ice cubes. But I already did that in the start of the video, so I thought I should again drop ice cubes, but not just in some plain water like before. I thought I should drop in the ice cubes in ink colored water, so that's what I did. I dropped in some ink in the fish tank, cyan colored and white. I tried them both, and then I dropped in the ice cubes and it just didn't look good. In my head, I thought it would look really nice, but when doing it practically, it just didn't look good. It looked kind of weird. The ice cubes weren't even visible that much because of the ink. So I had to scrap that idea and go with something else. But I really wanted to use some sort of ink cloud in that shot. So what I did in the end is I poured in some white ink in the fish tank, got a clean shot of the ink clouds, and then I did it again, but now this time with cyan ink, and got a clean shot of that. And in post, I used the white ink cloud as the background, and I added this ultra text that is on the can with the same font on screen, and I used the cyan ink cloud as the fill for the text, and it turned out okay, not as good as I thought, but I didn't have much to work with and I couldn't think of anything else for the shot, so I just settled for that shot. It's not that bad, I think. So the final shot were also identical. It's just the product is just showcasing the product with the slogan besides it, and the slogan for this drink I think was this Unleash the Beast thing, because I tried to find it on the internet and everyone says that's the slogan, so I just used that. And yeah, that concluded the end of the soda commercial recreation video. Now looking at the video overall, I think it turned out okay, not as good as I wanted it, but still this is something that I tried for the first time, and looking at that way, I think it turned out pretty good. Now that's all the things that I want to say. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I myself enjoyed it a lot making that video, and let me know if you guys want to see similar stuff to this. I really enjoy making these types of videos, so it would be great. So if you want to see more stuff like this, just drop it up in the comments below. And yeah, that's it, I guess. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.